Hi YouTube, so I was going to do my week 13 after having gastric bypass surgery. I was also going to do like a little summary of my 3-month because they were only one day apart. Yesterday Monday was my week 13 and then today Tuesday was my 3-month. So I thought about instead of doing two different videos, I would just combine them and do one. So for week 13, I started off at 318.6 pounds and I lost 5 pounds, so that made me 313.6. I think that was a really good week. I mean, to lose 5 pounds and then to have gone from last week losing 7.4, I believe. So, you know, the thing that I've done differently the past 2 weeks is I've definitely tried a lot harder to get my protein in. Protein is something that's I've really struggled with since the beginning because the shakes are okay, but it's not something like I can sit down and like enjoy like some tea or something like that. So I just kind of dread drinking them, so I keep like putting it off and the day goes by more and more, and so some days I get it in to make it my full 60 to 70 grams and sometimes I don't. So I've been really conscious of that these 2 weeks, so I kind of feel like for me and my body, the more protein I get in, the more weight I lose. I've also been exercising about 5 times a week. I only didn't do it 2 days this past week. Wednesday and Friday were the only 2 days I didn't work out because your body does need some like time to repair and rest. Right now I'm doing 30 minutes on the exercise bike, and this week I'm gonna start doing 35 minutes. I think that, I've been doing 30 minutes for since like my 2-month checkup, so about like 3 months now. So, or I'm at about 1 month now. So I think it's time to increase it a little bit. So I'm going to increase it to 35 minutes. And let's see, I kind of touched on this on my last week video because I wasn't feeling well. Once again, TMI, if you don't want to listen to it, just kind of fast forward ahead. But for several years now, because of being obese and having diabetes and all those kind of things, my body decided that, well, we aren't gonna let you have a period. So my doctor had to give me Provera to be able to have a period, and she told me as long as I got a period that nothing was wrong, in my female parts. It was just the weight and the diabetes and everything like that. So I heard from people after gastric bypass surgery, once you start losing weight, you eventually have a period. Granted, it may be irregular and take a while to become normal. But last Sunday, it was last Monday, that's right. Last Monday, I started my period on my own, which is really good, but at the same time, it's kind of bad because it's the first one that your body is making, and naturally, and so I really had really bad cramps for several days. It was really heavy. It was a miserable period. But it's over. It lasted a week. I know before I took Provera, it lasted about 5 days. So I don't think that's too much longer. And who knows, a couple months from now, I'm hoping that the next period will be a little better because, it'll be like the second one my body makes. So, that was the major thing that happened this week. And let's see, I also got a haircut. I wanted to do something nice for myself and I guess just reward my hard week and not reward myself with food, which I would have normally done. Oh, let's go to the store and get a treat. Let's get some candy or some ice cream. And that's a really big thing for me. The fact that I haven't eaten any ice cream since surgery, and it's been 3 months, is amazing, because ice cream was one of the things that I always turned to when I was depressed, or I was sad or frustrated, or, you know, that was one of, like, I guess my trigger foods, one of the foods that helped me feel better. So I'm really proud of myself that I haven't done that. But yeah, I got a haircut. I like it. She put layers in it, which I've never gotten layers before, so I don't know, it's good to do a little change and kind of expand yourself. You can see it better when my hair is not half up, but or the layers, that is, but I like it. One thing that I tried this week, I saw some videos, like I tried to watch some YouTube videos on different like low carb recipes and ways to get in more protein, but recipes that are still close to like the original recipes. One thing I saw was a cauliflower pizza. You know, the crust is made with cauliflower, and I was like, I don't know, but I was like, I'm gonna give it a try, and I actually really liked it. It's different than regular pizza. It's the crust is more moist, because what you do is you take a head of cauliflower and a couple of eggs and some cheese, and so your egg and your cheese are your binder and what sticks it together, and then you can put it out on a pizza pan like in a circle, or what I did was I put it in a Pyrex dish, because for me it was easier to portion that way into squares. And then you bake that and let it get all nice and crispy, and then you put on, you know, all your normal toppings and stuff. Like for me, I put turkey, pepperoni, you know, less fat and calories and stuff than the regular. So it turned out really good. Like I say, it's not exactly like pizza. The crust is more moist, but it's something I could live with, and hopefully, you know, live with eating instead of pizza. I don't know, like the other day I saw a pizza commercial, and wow, some commercials don't bother me, but for some reason, just at that moment in time, it was just like, wow, I want some pizza really bad, but I didn't. So I'm proud of myself. You know, this is a really hard journey, because you're having to change your lifestyle, and unfortunately we didn't gain this overnight, so we're not going to be able to lose it overnight, and it takes a long time to like reset your habits, because these are years and months and, you know, decades of bad habits that we've learned, and it's going to take a while to retrain ourselves. So I think the hardest thing for me during this journey is being okay with myself and saying, you know, it's okay if you mess up, and it's okay to start over, and that doesn't mean that you're a failure or you're less of a person. I think that's the hardest thing, because there are a lot of times that I feel like a failure, and I think just forgiving myself and moving on is the biggest lesson that I've had to learn, and I'm still learning now. So that's really the main other thing this week, is just head hunger. You know, I said in my holiday video that I have family troubles, and it's hard, and like this past week I've had family stuff, and those are the triggers that would cause me to overeat. And it's hard to fight the head hunger. You know, you really have to like sit there and talk to yourself and be like, no, you're not gonna do this. You're not gonna jeopardize what you've done. And sometimes you cave, you know, because sometimes you just need that release and there's nothing else. But considering how many times I have failed and overate like a little bit, like nothing like before surgery, you know, it's been you know, not too many compared to the times I haven't. So you know, I've done good and bad. There's always going to be good and bad days. That's why I say learning to forgive yourself and move on is the hardest part. So that's about all that really happened this past week. I'm just really just kind of feel like in that mode I'm just keep on going on kind of thing. And like I say, my goal for this next week is to increase my exercise back to 35 minutes. I also really need to try to start recording stuff like on my MyFitnessPal, because that's been my goal before and I've really failed, because for me, like say like a recipe like cauliflower pizza, like yeah, I follow the recipe that people give me, but then I add my own stuff to it too to make it even healthier. So I don't really know how many calories, and so I think I just need to like let that be one of the lessons to myself and forgive myself and just try to figure out you know, as close as I possibly can to those calories, because I think seeing it written down and like if I'm wanting a snack or something and being able to look at the calories and everything to see if I really should have a snack, I think would help me. So I really want to start doing that. I can tell you I didn't do that today. That's being honest. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to start doing that because I really need to, I don't know, I think it'll just help me be more accountable, and I really need to do that. So, in 3 months time, I've lost 57.4 pounds, which I was hoping to get to 60, but I mean, I'm so happy with 57.4 because I would have never been able to do that on my own, and I've never lost more than 40 pounds at a time. So, you know, like I say, there may be times that I'm mad at myself for messing up or something, but I've done amazing, and I'm really happy with the progress I've done, you know, and I've had a lot of trouble being able to see it myself. And the other day, my best friend, she sent me a picture that she had taken a while before surgery, and then I looked at that one and I looked at a picture that I sent her of my new haircut, and I could actually see how in my face, like I've lost it around here, and then I've lost it some in here. Like I feel like you can see my neck a little bit more than you could. So I don't know, it's really, I think having support people in your life is so very important, because I don't know if I would have been able to see it on my own, and she was able to help me see it, and that gave me the encouragement and the support to keep on going, you know, and accomplish this, because it's not easy. It's really not. Like, you don't have the surgery and you come out like loving healthy food and everything is, you know, daisies and roses. It's not. You still have to fight what you're addicted to, which is food. You still have to change your life. So it's a hard journey. So I think something that people don't really think about, you know, we all get onto ourselves about not losing weight fast enough, but I thought about this the other day and I wanted to share this. Okay, so in a pound of fat, there's 3,500 calories. So if on a normal day, like someone who hasn't had the surgery, to lose weight, they would eat 1,200 calories. Okay, that's not even half of 3,500. So, you know, if a normal person can't even lose a pound a day, like, we shouldn't be mad at ourselves if we can't lose it that fast. So just try to be nice to yourself and be like, it's okay if I only lose a pound or two, because, you know, there are 3,500 calories in 1 pound, and, you know, like I say, it takes a while. It's not going to happen overnight. We didn't gain it overnight. So my advice is just be kind to yourself. You know, I still worry that I've stretched my stomach. Granted, my fears have gotten better about that, but it's still in the back of my mind. But I'm starting to be okay with it more, because I'm like, okay, even if I have stretched my stomach, you know, I can still do this. I can still lose weight. So I guess my confidence in myself is building up a little bit. I know as time goes on, hopefully it'll happen more. Going out to eat is hard at times and not hard at times. When I go to a Mexican food restaurant, Mexican food is like one of my favorites. It's just too hard with the free chips and salsa, and like I say, some food is just too hard. I can't trust myself. I can't trust myself to even buy the no sugar added like ice cream pint, because I would be afraid I would sit down and eat the whole thing still. And so I'm not even bringing those things in my house because I can't trust myself. And that's sad to say, but at the same time, this surgery didn't cure us. It just helped our body. So, in a lot of ways, life is different. And, you know, when I go out with friends or I go over to their house for dinner, you know, I kind of always, you know, went along with what they wanted or what they ate. And now it's different because I eat what is healthier. And just simple things like eating white breast chicken instead of, you know, the dark meat or things like that. And so life's different in the way that I have to prepare myself and prepare my food before I go places. And life is different in the way I deal with food around me. So I used to crave a lot of sodium, but that has actually settled down like a whole lot. And hold on, the dog wants to get on the bed. It settled down a whole lot. Every once in a while I have it, but nothing like before, because like every day I was wanting to eat pickles, and just I needed that sodium. And I think it was just my body wasn't used to the types of like foods I was eating. And before I was eating such processed high carb foods like tuna helper and, you know, things of that nature. So I think my body getting so much less sodium, even though I didn't have a problem with high sodium levels, I think my body getting used to having lower sodium accounts of things made my body crave it. But now my body is starting to get more used to it. And I'll tell you one thing that was really hard. The other day I went to the store, and I don't know if where you live, but the Girl Scouts are starting to sell their cookies. And I love the Thin Mints, and it was really hard. And I called my best friend and I was like, that was so hard. I was like, y'all need to buy some so I can just have one. Just have one. But you know, I don't even know if having one would be good, because, you know, of all the sugar and fat and stuff, I would hate to get dumping syndrome. So, you know, like I say, it's a lifestyle change. It's really a day-to-day thing. Like, it's hard. So just be nice to yourself and do something nice for yourself. Like, go get a haircut, go get your nails done, go do something to make yourself feel good that's not related to food. So I hope everybody has a great week, and I will talk to you in week 14. Bye.